Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutlery, a cold steel rendition, if you will. Listen, before we get started, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. That number's going down. It's decreasing. We have a long road to hoe. Vets, we love you, and I just want you to know you have a place here. We're back to blue over here. We sport Leo. Hey, do that, Scab. Well, we don't break the damn law. Finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, guys, listen. We've had a good week, a good cold steel week. I wanted to finish it up. These are a lot of pieces of equipment that I don't use a ton, but I wanted to show you. Now, this is the Swiss Halberd. This thing is 8 pounds. I'm going to do a few mods. I just be honest with you, it's a lot of fun. The spear point is 13 inches. It's made out of 1055 or 1050, whichever one, 1055 I believe. And it's just a tough thing. But now, it's a hair unwieldy, and I know it's not designed to throw. I get it, got it, understand it. I just wanted to see how well it would do. Now, real quick, let's run through our shout-outs. We've got our standing ones. Donnie B All-day is going to 10,000. Joe from Steel Forged and Fire. Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. And then, of course, we're pushing Eric Husyan and Karl Ruedger because they're going to 1,000. We want to get them there. We're about community over here. The other couple I want y'all to know about, Satudave. I shouted him out last night. It's great dude, great channel. And a couple days ago, I shouted out Shayne Gables. I like Shayne. I've got a ton of respect for Shayne. I want to shout out a guy that Shayne has a ton of respect for, and that's Grunt. Grumpy Grunt. There'll be a link in the description for all these guys. But I want you guys to know those guys are special. Go click on them. Go hit like, subscribe, and move forward. All right. Now, on to the cold steel. This thing right here, people are going to say, well, it's too unwieldy, it's too heavy, it's too this, it's too that. And the truth is, you're right. It's just a lot. But I'll say this. It is the weapon that ended the knight's dominance on the battlefield. It is a weapon that if it hits you, it'll destroy you. Now, I am going to do some mods to it. If you guys want to see like a full review on it, man, just let me know. Because it's a lot of fun. It's badass. But I'm going to tell you now, it's going to wear you out. The other couple things we're going to use in this video, we're using the Recon 1, the XL, and the Carpenter Steel. It's one of my favorites. We're using the Voyager in AUS 10A, which is a good one. We're going to use the 1917 buoy. And as we come to different pieces of equipment, I'll just kind of talk to you about them and let you know what it is. Right here in that upper left-hand corner, we've got the XL Recon 1 and the CTS XHP fully serrated blade. And I'm going to tell you, that thing is a damn chainsaw. Jacob Lamb gave it to me, and Jacob, I appreciate it, brother. It's got Tonto blade. It's just, there's not a lot that blade cannot go through. And of course, with the Swiss Halberd, and we're about to move on from it, showing you that spear point. Now, coming up is one of my favorite weapons, and people will laugh at this, but it's the truth. I EDC my Warhammer all the time. It's that same, and somebody please correct me. I'm out camping with my grandson. We're having a great time, but I'm having a brain fart. I think it's 1055 is some of the steel that cold steel uses a lot. Put it in the comments. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say something I'm not sure about. But I EDC this Warhammer. I put the Rifleman's Hawk handle on it and put the long handle on the Rifleman's Hawk. This thing, if you need a breaching tool, there you go. Now, we'll get back to the Warhammer in a minute. And now here's the truth. I'm going to use this cold steel Katana Machete right here. It's just fun, man. A lot of this stuff, guys, I wanted to do this and just have some fun. And y'all will notice we were all over the place shooting this video and had a blast doing so. But that Warhammer, and I'm just being truthful, it's light, it's fast, and it is absolutely devastating to whatever it hits. Here in a little bit, we're going to hit a brick, and you'll see. But it's light and it's fast, and it looks like a hammer. That's why I like carrying it. Now, here we have the Raja and the Espada XL, and you'll notice I missed several times. I did that on purpose, just kind of setting y'all up. Now, right here, here's the Warhammer, solid brick, done, son. the 1917 Bowie. Now, here's the thing about this knife right here. I believe this is 1085 rosewood handles. I watched Donnie B All-day's video on this, and this is one of the knives that made me decide to get into doing the knife demonstrations. I seen how much fun D-Bad had with his, and I thought, if he can run around with it, so can I. I love this thing. The other guy that kind of got me into knife reviewing and cold steel and all that is my guy, Advanced Knife Pro. So I messaged him. I said, ABK or AKB, however you're going to say it. You can say it both ways. He don't care. Give me a quote on cold steel. With your vast knowledge, I look up to you. Let me know something. What's the first thing that come to mind? He shouted back, hey man, I think this. Al, those cuffs are way too tight. You got the wrong guy. I thought, that's about right. That's deep and prophetic, and that's the kind of thing that cold steel's used for. Crimes and Mall Ninja. But here's the other thing it's used for. And I do thank Advanced Knife Pro for that quote. This is the Voyager and doing the John Peter stab test. And that's kind of why I put the title what I did. Is it just for Mall Ninjas? Is it for zombie killing? Or are they actual useful tools? Well, I'll tell you this. And if you've watched the channel Joe X, Joe does an amazing job. He does the destruction test. But I got no problem with Joe. I enjoy his channel because he does things with a purpose. He does them consistently, and I love his channel. And he'll show you how tough these cold steel blades are. I shared on my community post his video on the Formax Scout. Holy hell, that thing took some abuse. And that's kind of my point. Kind of my whole thing with cold steel. Yeah, they make some stuff that's big and gaudy. Yeah, Lynn Thompson EDC is a Swiss Halberd that he modified the height and all on. Yeah, they can get out there a little bit on their marketing. But at the end of the day, they make some tools that are absolutely workhorses. A lot of people like that XL Voyager, and I'm a fan. The Grivex handle, I wish they'd smooth it out some, but I can sand that down. Guys, a lot of the stuff y'all are going to see in this video, it just works. It's well built. This knife right here, the Recon 1 XL Recon 1 and CTS XHP G10 handles, it's a beast. And it's well made, and you can beat the ever-living hell out of it, and it works. It works. That's the whole thing. That's why I love cold steel. Yeah, you get a little Mall Ninja every now and then. That's all right. Every grown-ass man needs some Mall Ninja in their life. I'm just going to tell you. But this video was one of the funnest videos I've ever made. We just picked some cold steel, and I wasn't worried at all about this stuff breaking. I don't do the destruction stuff. Got nothing against it, but that's not my format. I try to show y'all everyday tasks, things that you might use these demonstrations. You're going to cut ratchet straps, you're going to cut plastic, you're going to chop wood, you're going to cut rope, you're going to cut plastic, you're going to do all that stuff. Every now and then you might have to use your Warhammer. That's why I carry mine, son. It ain't nothing wrong with it. Now, here is Cold Steel's Warhawk, and this is one of their. Now, let me say this to all my Nordic friends. My last name is a Norman name, okay? Everybody gets all worked up when I say the name of the Cold Steel axes. I didn't name the damn thing, okay? So everybody, oh my God, that's not what it is. I didn't name it. But it works right here. Now, they're Great Dane axes, they're Viking axes, that kind of stuff for cold steel. Are they historically accurate? Shape-wise, I'd say so. These shapes that they use, the blade shapes, are old shapes. And remember now, the Vikings a lot of times get a bad rap. They were tradesmen. They were skilled laborers. They were workers. They were fishermen, they were sailors, they were a plethora of things that used all kinds of different blade shapes on their axes. And they were absolute badasses. Okay? So it stands to reason that these axes would be badass. Now, this Warhawk, this cold steel Warhawk is my favorite tomahawk of all time. I love the breaching tool. I love the usability of this knife, or the hawk. I love everything about this hawk. I got it with me tonight on our camping trip. I've split our firewood with it. I just love cold steel. I'm not going to apologize for something that I love. Is it a little Maul Ninja? Yeah. Could you kill some zombies with it? You damn Skippy. Does it work? Yeah. I mean, look at it. Look at it. And I'm coming straight down. And now, on some of these, I wanted to come straight down. I didn't angle it. I didn't try to do true chops. I tried to come straight down to see if I could do any damage to the blade, if I could break a handle. Now, I've had a couple of their handles break here and there, but that's one-offs. That's when I swung and hit the handle, not the blade. That's bound to happen. This 1917 Bowie, I'm as impressed with as any Bowie I've got in my collection. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's 1085 steel, rosewood handles. It'll get razor sharp. It's full tang. It's solid. And it works, man. It's got that big clip point, and it's just an absolute monster. Love it. Absolutely love this thing. And you can see right here, it's had no problem. Really, none of the stuff. Now, and again, and I think this does bear in mind, and I say this often, I'm in swamps. I've got a lot of the softer woods, a lot of vines, a lot of the hackberries. They're a hard tree, but they're very, very dense. We don't cut down pines. We don't cut down oaks. This stuff, when y'all see me in these swamps, they are clearing it for subdivision, so we got permission to be there. But I do feel like that needs to be brought up. That some of the stuff I hit might be a little softer, but I also want to bring this up. We stay in 85 to 90% humidity. You know, in Florida, the thing with the heat is this. Yeah, it'll get high 90s, 100s, but the humidity just feels like it'll drown you. And I'm going to be honest with you. All of my cold steel holds up very, very well. The coatings hold up. The edges hold up. The stuff just holds up. Listen, man, I'm appreciative to y'all, each and every one of you. I really, really am. I appreciate you riding with me. We're going to hit 5,000, good Lord willing, by the end of March, and we're going to keep on rolling. And we only do that, man, because of y'all. Y'all like the content for Lord knows whatever reason. But guys, listen, I appreciate y'all so much. Now, right here, we got the XL Recon 1 and the Voyager. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is as much as I've used this Voyager since I got it. I am thoroughly, thoroughly impressed with it. It did very well. And that Recon 1 and that CTS XHP, good Lord, it'll go through what I'm telling y'all. That blade right there is just absolutely wicked. Now, these vines are whipping old Scab's ass. That's just the way it goes. Listen, I only got a few minutes left. Appreciate y'all riding with me. I love you. God knows I do. God bless you. I hope he does. Please make sure that you go check the links in the description. Subscribe to those folks. Check out my community page, man. I've got a ton of awesome channels on there. I use it more for shout outs and things than I do my own stuff. I appreciate y'all. God knows I do. I'm Scab. You're not. Like Mikey says, everything will be okay. I'm gone, son.